But tonight, we're going to bring you up to date on the fortunes of a young woman from Northumberland who is facing a very strange Christmas.
Melanie Hartshorn was on the path to becoming a teacher, but Mel, who is 33, has Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
Over the last 18 months, she's been confined to her bed in Cramlington, wearing a head brace, the medical support to her neck and her spine. She's thought to be the only person in the world living that way for such a long period of time.
Her only hope was a groundbreaking operation by a specialist team in Spain, not available on the NHS and costing nearly £90,000. A lot of the money was raised through donations. And Mel says she can't thank people enough for their help and their generosity.
And now she has had part of the operation that she needed in Barcelona.
I went to see Mel and her mum in Spain to film this special report. Another bed, another day lying down, another battle on the horizon. I've got used to seeing Mel like this. She's not having a good day today. But this time, it does feel different.
I'm not in a halo and I'm breathing and not having seizures and I'm alive. And so, things are much more positive than they were, and it has been a big success.
The last time I saw Mel, she was desperately fundraising for an operation to save her life. She's had her operation, and the medical halo that she lived in for 18 months is gone.
I had a complication of all the from my skin in my face and all my body. And 4.5 weeks in intensive care. And I was quite really.
What message have you got to the people that gave money to your fundraising page, put cash in a bucket? They've really made a massive difference here.
It doesn't seem enough just saying thank you, but I'm just so grateful, and obviously I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all those people, and it's all added together to help set me here today and save my life.
And there's someone else to thank too. Dr. Gillette, the only man in the world who felt prepared to take on the job of fixing Mel once more, resecuring her neck and spine, a procedure that involved operating through her mouth.
As a medical doctor, I think that one of our duties that I feel is really hard is to try to help people.
As I chat to him, he explains this was a case that was so complex and so risky, it was discussed by his hospital's ethics committee. These hands working what will seem to many like medical magic.
She's young and she has, she has a way of living that is somehow encouraging others. So I understood that this is very important, and I'm not the one deciding who should abandon and who should not abandon. So that's why I thought it was a good idea to try to help her.
It's been 5 years since I was last here in Barcelona with Mel, filming her after her first operation here. Since then, she's returned to this city several times for other operations, and she's raised hundreds of thousands of pounds to fund those trips. But it's not over yet. Mel faces another return trip to this hospital, where she'll have the second part of this latest operation. The second operation was never planned. After hours and hours of surgeries, doctors decided that Mel just wasn't strong enough to withstand anymore. A 4-week stay in intensive care followed. Now she faces having to return to have the rest of the operation completed. With carers in the apartment, Molly, Mel's mum, gets a chance to catch some fresh air. And we start talking.
My day was going up to visit her in ICU for visiting times, because you weren't allowed in any other time. Twice a day, and then sitting in the apartment on my own, just thinking about it, knowing that at any time she mightn't be there the next time I visit.
Money is never far from her mind. In spite of all the fundraising, she has loans to pay back after family, friends and strangers stepped in to help.
It plays on my mind all the time, and all the time I'm thinking, gonna have to sell the house when we get back, and that's easy for me. But where does Melanie live? But, yeah.
Is that a real possibility that you might have to sell the house?
Well, if the money doesn't come in for the second operation, yeah. Because then not only do we have to repay the loan, but then we have to pay the second operation as well, which I think is about 75,000. I haven't got the numbers, definitely. But it's a lot of money.
But you'd be willing to do that if it meant Mel was able to complete this whole operation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Why? Well, because it's her life. She deserves to live a life.
The challenges for Mel never seem to stop, but neither do the efforts to give her a chance of a normal life. While we're filming, Dr. Hillette tries to fit Mel with a new brace to support her body.
How you feel? Not good. Not good?
The sun sets on Barcelona, a place that we usually associate with the Sunshine City break. For Mel and her family, though, this is where hope resides.
I obviously thanked Dr. Gillette for taking on the case when nobody else would, and said how grateful I was that he took the chance and believed in us and, was willing to do the surgery and take the risk.
You've got to have hope, and you have to push all the doubts into the back of your mind. And I think that's how you stay strong.
I've tried too hard and gone through too much to give up now. Yeah, definitely.
And it's hard not to hope alongside them. Yeah, big thank you to Molly and to Mel and to her surgeon, Dr. Hillette, for allowing us to film in the medically supported apartments that they're currently in Barcelona.
And you went to Barcelona to film with it. You obviously come back. Mel and Molly are still there in Spain.
Yeah.
They were in touch with you last night. It's not good news, is it?
No, so Mel does spend facing Christmas in Barcelona. There was hope she might be well enough to fly home for some rest and recovery before the second part of the operation, but she will be staying there now for Christmas.
Mel, we know that you will get to see this on your phone. We're sending you lots of love. We really are. There's more on Mel's story on our website. You can head to itv.com/timetease.